The NBA 2K21 demo is here. And in the demo, you can get a head start on your My Career by jumping in and trying out the My Player Builder. To start off, you have the option to download the My NBA 2K21 mobile app to scan your face into the game. Once you're good with your appearance,
And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments to prepare for the game and the task ahead. A breathtaking view of the New York City skyline is taken from the Empire State Building. We're coming to you live from Manhattan. Good evening and welcome to tonight's presentation of Noche La NBA, an annual tradition in the NBA celebrating diversity and culture, and always a pleasure to bring it to you. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours. A momentous decision, DA. Thank you. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Allen.
He's really made that a focus of his game these past few years, and it's paid big-time dividends for him. He's become a much better rebounder, and it's increased his value as a player by leaps and bounds.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. We've got Lance Thomas. Also out there, Joe Harris. Karis LeVert is out there with Jared Allen. And it's Chiozza in at the point. And for the Knicks, Elfrid Payton is out there with Barrett. Then it's Randall. Then it's Taj Gibson. And it's Harkless in at the small forward position. And a trying summer for the New York Knicks fans after trading away Porzingis. They were hoping to get a big-name player in free agency, Greg, and they didn't.
You know, shocking they refused to offer the max to Kevin Durant. I mean, there were concerns with the Achilles, but instead he ends up in Brooklyn. Combine that with fans' disappointment at missing out on Zion Williamson, and the saga continues.
Barrett. It's hauled in by Thomas. And here's Thomas who brings it up for the net. Harris, right side. To the middle. Here's Allen. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Inside. And it's Payton. That time on the assist from Randall.
Well, I think the postgame of Payton catches defenders off guard. I mean, he's got a lot of moves down there.
Here's Chiozza. 11 points for him in that last game against Golden State.
And it was an unselfish night for him as well. He got plenty of assists to go along with all those points.
3 on the clock. Goes up from the top of the key. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Payton against LeVert. Payton, that's good.
And you can tell Payton has put a bunch of work into that floater. Getting it off quickly before the defense can react is the key.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's LeVert. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And you look at Karis LeVert, Clark out of Michigan, 6'7", and a tremendous athlete.
Kevin, he's one of my favorite players over the last handful of years coming out of college. He had some injury issues his last 2 seasons at Michigan, but he's an excellent two-way player. Outstanding energy and aggressiveness, and makes all kinds of plays at both ends of the floor and plays the game the right way.
And the free throw drops for LeVert. And this late in the season, Clark, for non-playoff contending teams, really there's nothing to lose. The pressure is gone. You can let it rip, can't you?
Yeah, there's a freedom that you can play with when you don't have the pressure or the expectation of being a playoff team. And sometimes that allows you to play your best basketball because there is nothing to lose.
And he makes both free throws.
And a great track record in the draft for the Nets. Karis LeVert selected with the 20th pick, and Jared Allen taken at 22.
And you might want to throw in guys, too. Rodions Kurucs, the 40th pick in 2018, had a big impact, even participated in the Rising Stars Challenge. And, you know, sometimes you got to make your own breaks, make your own good fortune, and that's exactly what the Nets have done.
The Knicks shooting their first free throws here tonight.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Shooting two. Guys, strictly in terms of their percentage, their free throw shooting has deteriorated a considerable amount since last season.
And the first one drops. And for a lot of these kids, Greg, it's interesting how quickly teams expect them to get up to speed. Case in point, R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, he had only the 1 year of college, already being asked to produce. Fortunately, he's very mature for his age and generally plays up to the level of competition.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And what you like about Barrett is his all-around game, a versatile guard / forward who wants to keep improving.
Now here is Harris. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Warriors in San Francisco. Passes it to Chiozza. LeVert with it, defended by Harkless. Goes up on the wing. A nice shot by LeVert.
Hey, you know, the mid-range J continuing to look better over time for LeVert, showing real improvement in knocking that shot down.
Here's Payton. A really disappointing game for him in that loss to Atlanta. And there's the pass to Harkless. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. Not there.
Here's Chiozza. Here's Payton. Here's Harkless. And that one is off. Excellent D there from Allen. And here's Chiozza. He'll bring it up for the Nets. Trailing by 4. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Payton's shot is off. Nets trail by 4. Over to the left wing. Here's Allen, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. Randall kicks to Payton. Gibson looking it over. Pass to Randall. And the shot goes down.
And saying, you want a piece of this? Randall easily getting the better of that exchange.
Here's Chiozza. Pass to Thomas. Now here's LeVert. The rebound by Gibson.
You know, right now they're just 1 for 5. Rough start so far.
Here's Randall, and Randall throws it down.
Oh, I love the way Payton is always looking to swing the ball. I mean, he's constantly on the lookout for the ball reversal to help an open teammate get a shot.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
You know, for a team like the Nets building without top picks, player development becomes critical. I mean, the Nets have made that a key focus for their franchise, and you can see the results paying dividends now.
some numbers for Barrett.
Breaking down his play since the All-Star break. He's getting around 16 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And there isn't much to write home about with his numbers. I think he'd like to up his contribution.
Yeah, but you got to earn that chance. I mean, you get what you earn. His numbers are fine, but he's not going to get a lot more floor time unless he turns it up a notch.
Here's Chiozza. Passes to Allen. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Here's Harkless, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on that one. Johnson, he's checked in for the Nets. And he's good on the second. Nets trail by 9. The pass to LeVert. They could use a bucket. That's good, and Johnson with the assist. LeVert's got 7.
You know, I think this is big for LeVert's confidence because the more he connects from distance, I think the more dangerous he'll become as a shooter and offensive player.
Now here's Payton. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
The Knicks leading by 6. Now Barrett. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Hawks in Atlanta.
And we got to talk about his 4 steals on the night. That's a complete performance at both ends of the floor.
Now Harris, after R.J. Barrett's three-pointer that didn't go. Harris passes to Allen. Shot clock at 5. Tipped away. Lets it go from 14. That shot off the mark. And New York the other way now.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Here's Payton. No good on that one. Great D that time from Thomas. And Harris wide open. He shoots. He trains the quick shot.
Yeah, you know, it's all about running the right set. And right there, Harris does just that to capitalize.
Payton against Johnson. And it's sent back by Allen. And the officials now calling the shooting foul. He got a lot of ball on the block, but also got the body. So some free throws coming up right now. The Knicks have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Payton. Look, you were so good at such an early age in your basketball career. At what point did you personally realize just how far the game could take you?
You know, it really resonated with me, Kevin, I think at a summer basketball camp at Miami of Ohio when some of the better campers, high school campers, were asked to play with the college guys at night. And then during pickup games in my hometown of Cleveland with some of the Cleveland Cavaliers, Jim Jones and the late Terry Furlow and Mike Mitchell, and being able to compete somewhat with those guys at 15 and 16 years of age and having them encourage me to keep going and that I'd have a chance to do what they were doing at the time, which was play pro ball.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
free throw good from Allen.
Boy, I covered Jared Allen in college, and you look at the physical profile he's got. 7.5-foot wingspan, big hands, explosive, really good athlete. He's got all the tools and an upside without limit.
Bobby Portis is checked in for the Knicks. Frank Ntilikina comes in for Peyton. And Allen drops them both. You were talking, Clark, about Allen's length and leaping ability. He's dangerous around the rim.
Boy, he sure is, guys. Still developing his skill game, but he's already more than serviceable at the offensive end of the floor. And we know he's a rim protector defensively. Good feet, gets up and down, has a nice touch and good hands. Boy, this guy is going to be some kind of player going forward.
The Knicks making a switch here. Knox is checked in. Off the inbound, and Johnson lays it in.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
The Knicks with the lead. Ntilikina looking it over. Pass to Portis. Kicks to Bullock. Back to Portis. LeVert with it. Picked up by Portis. Here's Harris. Knicks passes to Allen. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Back to LeVert. A miss that time. Would have put him up. So it's Ntilikina who brings up the ball for the Knicks. Wants to get it to Robinson and does.
Yeah, I like the feel Ntilikina showed there. I mean, nice sense of where he was and what was available.
Now, here's LeVert. He has 7. Here's Knicks. Here's Johnson. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3. And for the Knicks, they're shooting just about an even 40% to start. Here's Ntilikina. 20 points for him last game against the Hawks in Atlanta.
And there really was a physical aspect of his performance that was off the charts. He was taking it right at him, and he just kept getting those calls and getting to the line.
Now here's Johnson, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. 5 to shoot. High post Allen. This is to Johnson. LeVert from outside. And no good that time. So New York will take it the other way. Here's Bullock. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Let's get some information from the 2K leaderboard. In about the last 10 games in the NBA, during that span, these teams have the most second chance points in the league. Number 1, the Knicks.
Shoot 2. Really something to see. Their effort on the offensive glass has just led to so many second chance opportunities.
The first one falls. Some changes for Brooklyn. Luwawu is checked in for Joe Harris. Temple comes in for Karis LeVert. And it's Crawford in for Johnson. And so Bullock nails both of them. Zone defense, Clark, being played now by a lot of teams. It's amazing that even with that, the point totals just continue to rise.
And you know what? I attribute the point totals continuing to rise to a couple of things. One, the volume of three-point shots that are being taken. And I think teams are playing at a little faster pace universally. You don't see as much walking the ball up the floor as I think you may have seen in years past.
Here's Knox. No points in the game yet for him. It's blocked. They retain possession.
All right, a chance to check out the numbers for Temple, how the second half of the season has shaped up for him. He's averaging 10 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. The contributions he's been making on the floor have been a boon for this team. Great stretch of games for him.
Yeah, you know, they're giving him more responsibility, and he's responded. And the way he's going, I think his role is only going to increase.
And that one falls for Robinson. Robinson hits them both.
Yeah, a lot of whistles here early, as well as foul trouble starting to be an issue.
Yeah, that's a big reason they're trailing. You can't allow a parade to the free throw line and expect to be on top in the game.
Now here's Crawford. Here's Luwawu. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. The Knicks leading by 3. Bullock with it. Coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. Pass to Knox. Here's the 3. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Luwawu's shot is off. New York's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Ntilikina, guarded by Crawford. Chalk up 2 there.
And you know, Ntilikina has outstanding height at the point guard spot. He's a big point guard, which really is an advantage in seeing the floor.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Crawford. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Passes it to Knox. Outside Robinson. Portis kicks to Bullock. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Allen.
Well, a lot of tough teams in this league. Here's where Brooklyn sits right now.
And guys, you can't say enough about how well they've rebounded. So often, it's swung the possession battle in their favor, and that's really had a huge impact.
1:09 left in the first quarter of the game.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Luwawu, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Here's the pass to Robinson. Pass to Knox. Fires the 3. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Here's Luwawu. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Here's Ntilikina. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way. Wayne Ellington's checked in for Kevin Knox. And Joe Allen will bring it up for Brooklyn. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Now here's Crawford. Not a lot of room. 5 on the clock. From deep. From beyond the arc, and then some. And it's a 4-point Nets lead. And so the first quarter is in the books. Nets lead by 4. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. Versatility is so important in today's NBA that works just fine for combo guard Tyler Johnson.
I don't really limit myself to one position. I feel like I can guard both positions. being able to do that, I feel like I'll have the capability to fill in when needed.
And with all the switching we see teams, Greg, employing right now, that defensive versatility is highly prized, highly valuable.
And Johnson, an excellent athlete. He's got the tools to impact the game both offensively and defensively.
Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the Nets, what do you think?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
We've got Wayne Ellington. Bobby Portis out there with Reggie Bullock. Then it's Mitchell Robinson. And it's Ntilikina in at the point. They're the group New York will start the second with. And so it's New York with it. 4-point game. Just 5 on the clock. Fades back. And the Knicks miss again. And the Nets shooting the ball at 42%. Chioza scanning the floor. Here's Crawford, drilled from 11 feet out. Crawford's got the lead up to 6 now for the Nets.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Here's Ntilikina. Finally gets one to fall. He's now 1 for 5 with his first make.
And you know, the length of Ntilikina, man, he takes long strides when he's driving inside to get past the defense. Fantastic stuff.
Pass to Crawford. Misses off the right iron. Looking at the Knicks, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Hawks in Atlanta. And here's Bullock from the arc. Eyes yet again. It'll go, and the Nets lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Portis.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
And the former Razorback, Bobby Portis, took a few years to find his spot in the NBA. Now, he does produce.
And great big man to bring in off the bench. Good size and quickness combination, and will always give you scoring with that second unit.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, we all know that circumstances and time changes everything. In Dallas, Dennis Smith Jr. thought he was going to be the cornerstone. But with the arrival of Luka Doncic, everything changed. A promising point guard was traded to the Knicks, and Smith said it was important. It's a big opportunity, and I've just got to make the most of it. Kevin, we know one thing in New York, the ball is back in Smith's hands.
And D.A., that's when he is at his best. Thank you. So it's the Knicks now. Jarrett Allen unable to get his last shot to go. Ntilikina passes to Portis. And here is Ellington. Still looking for his first bucket in this one.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Here's a look at what's coming up for New York. On Friday, they'll tip off a road trip in Miami where they'll take on the Heat. Then on Tuesday, they'll head home to take on the Charlotte Hornets.
And looking at the schedule, it isn't ideal in terms of the upcoming games with the amount of quality teams they're going to be playing, but it's also a good chance for you to get some confidence and really see just how good you are.
First free throw is good. Clark, I'm going to get a little detailed here, but in terms of footwork in the post, who really impresses you?
Well, there are a number of guys, Kevin. I mean, you think about it. Kevin Durant is a lethal scorer and does a lot of his work off the dribble and in transition on pull-up threes. But when he is a post-up threat, and he does get posted sometimes, his footwork is superb. Absolutely superb. Joel Embiid comes to mind. Big fella with feet of a ballerina. Jokic does a great job with his feet, not nearly as athletic as Embiid or Durant. And then I would put Kawhi Leonard outside of a big guy. I mean, he's not a big guy in terms of position, but boy, he is very efficient down in the low post when he gets it.
Good name.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Nets.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And that's what's created a rhythm for them offensively. That's also why you see them knocking down that mid-range jump shot.
And he knocks down the first one.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Yeah, you have to make teams pay for fouling you. That's why they call them free. And they've done exactly that, made them pay.
And both free throws good for Temple. Knicks trail by 6. Payton the bounce pass. Here's Randall. Excellent D from Thomas. And here's Chiozza. He'll bring it up for the Nets. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
I would agree.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Teardrop shot, and it's good on the way in. And now a 10-point Nets lead.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And Brooklyn called for the foul.
Payton, extreme quickness on the drive. Sometimes it's impossible for the defense to stay in front of him.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Payton. For a while now, you and I were just talking, we've had a rule that a team cannot go without a first-round pick in consecutive years. Could it be time to lift that restriction?
I certainly wouldn't mind discussing lifting the restriction, but I like it as it is on the books because it does lend itself, I think, to competitive balance. And that's important in the strength of a league.
No good on the second free throw.
The reason Payton has a promising future in this league is because he's a stat sheet stuffer. He does it all.
Passes it to Chiozza. Johnson surveying the floor. The pass to Allen. He kicks to Harris. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Johnson's shot is off. Knicks trail by 9. Pass to Randall. And a fast break now for the Knicks.
What a nice burst. Randall changing ends like a guard that time.
Nets have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Chiozza passes to Harris. Johnson outside. To the paint. That's good from Harris on the assist by Johnson. Johnson's got 3 assists in the game. Outside Gibson. Down low. Here's Barrett. On target from 13 feet.
And, you know, it's a bonus to have big men who pass it like this. Gibson, solid instincts there.
Here's Chiozza. Outside Thomas. Pass to Johnson. Over Ellington, and it's Brooklyn scoring again.
And how about the terrific use of the crossover there to just throw the defender off balance.
Now Payton, he's got 6. Pass to Barrett. Bader on the way. Rebound Brooklyn. Allen's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Here's Johnson. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Now here's Payton to the inside, and Barrett gets it to go.
I love seeing Barrett cash in there. He knows he has what it takes to finish through contact.
Chiozza passes to Harris. Nets passing it around. Here's Johnson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Julius Randle picks one up.
Well, when you look at the skill set of Tyler Johnson, he really is the epitome of a catalyst. He comes in full energy every time, and if he's hitting his shots, you just ride that wave of scoring.
And the first one at the line is good. And with Johnson, Greg, you never know how on his shot will be day to day.
And that's okay. Teams need a player who can carry them off the bench when they get it going. Johnson is a bit of a microwave that heats up immediately, but if he's cold, you simply drop back the minutes for that game.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Reese Harkless comes in for Taj Gibson. And Kevin Knox is subbed in for Wayne Ellington. Knicks trailed by 11. Now here's Payton. He has 6. Count the basket. Payton's got 8 points. The Nets have gone 7 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. LeVert the pass to Johnson. Randle grabs the board.
Boy, that's a look. He has to finish, and he knows it. Lone opportunity.
Barrett with the ball. Johnson's there. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And Greg, talking to scouts about R.J. Barrett, they love the athleticism. But what makes him especially good is the work ethic and the confidence.
Yeah, some elite prospects will take plays off. This guy never does. He's not one that sits around and reads his press clippings. He's a warrior, a leader, and he's proven to be a winner.
2 shots.
And that one falls for Barrett. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Nets leading by 8. Harris up top, covered by Payton. Now the pass to LeVert. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson. Johnson's got 4 assists in the game.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Yeah, and it should help them increase their separation here. I mean, this has been an impressive offensive output.
Barrett, no good. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Now here's LeVert, defended by Harkless.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And Barrett slams it in.
And with this kind of momentum behind him, Barrett, a terror. Love seeing him hammer it home.
Here's Johnson. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Payton against Johnson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. For New York, they have made 10 of their 14 tries at the free throw line in the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. and he sinks the second. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Brooklyn Nets. Outside Thomas. Back to Johnson. 6 on the shot clock. Randall with some nice D.
You know, I think the effort on defense there has everything to do with why he missed that shot. Well done.
Got that one up quick. Here's Johnson. He's got 12. Floats one up. It's rebounded by Barrett. Knicks trail by 8. Payton looking it over. Dishes to Harkless. Feeds it to Randall. Knocked away. Stolen by Thomas. Here's LeVert. Offensive rebound. Good on the shot. 14 points for Johnson.
You know, throughout this quarter, guys, they've had no answer for him defensively. And he's been absolutely relentless.
Pass to Harkless. And here's Barrett. He can't get that one. Harris outside. We've got 1:48 left in the second quarter. They get a hand on it. LeVert in the corner. And the layup's good off the glass. LeVert's got the lead up to 12 now for the Nets.
What a tough make that was by LeVert. Refused to be denied, and great concentration.
Payton dishes to Harkless. To the middle, here's Randall. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
Boy, he's really been dominant in this one. Unfortunately, he hasn't had much help.
There's a minute left now here in the second. Pass to LeVert. Here's Thomas, covered by Payton. The shot from the low post is good. Thomas got his first 2 points of the night.
And the way LeVert moves the ball, it's all about doing what's best for the team from his eye.
Knox the pass to Payton. And the call will be against Karis LeVert. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second foul of the first half. Not a big deal yet, but something to keep an eye on.
So for the Knicks, Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Randall. Reggie Bullock comes in for Barrett. And it's Ntilikina in for Elfrid Payton. And then for Brooklyn, Luwawu Cabarrot comes in for Lance Thomas. And Garrett Temple subbed in for Joe Harris. Here's Ntilikina. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Now just 1 for 7 with that miss. Tough night so far.
It has not been his game so far. I mean, he's trying his best, giving great effort, but little has gone his way.
Passes it to Knox. And it's off the back rim, no good.
And the fadeaway was the only option he had on that one. Defender there all over him.
And so it's Brooklyn enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point lead. The second quarter saw them extend their lead to 12 points at the break through some solid team basketball. Very few wasted possessions and a strong effort defensively. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the Nets?
I don't think anyone expected to see such numbers from the bench. You know, I'm impressed. It was what they needed, the jolt they needed, Ernie. Wow, I never knew their bench. As a matter of fact, I don't even know any of their players coming off the bench. Man, keep going, bench guys.
And over to Kenny. What'd you think about New York?
To me, they looked out of sync shooting the basketball. Under 40% for the first half. Some of it was poor shot selection, but mostly it just looked like they were out of rhythm. For the second half, they need to push more for buckets in transition. Get to the foul line a little bit more. Try to get back in the flow.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Have to like what you're seeing from Tyler Johnson.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Joe Harris. Allen is out there with Tyler Johnson. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Chioza in at the point guard position.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Harris kicks to Allen. Here's Chioza. And Alfred Payton with the foul. That's his first foul. The Nets making a switch here. Thomas is checked in. And the Nets with possession here. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. 6 to shoot. And here's Harris from the arc. They get it back. Can't cash in from close range.
Starting slow in this half. 0 for 3 so far.
Here's Barrett. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Nets leading by 12. LeVert with it. Here's Chioza. And the pass to Harris. From deep three-point range. It's rebounded by New York.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint. And he might not be a household name just yet, but Joe Harris is one of the game's true dead-eye marksmen. You can make the case he's the most underrated shooter in the league.
Now here's Payton. 8 points for him. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Payton against LeVert. Here's Allen. Goes to the reverse layup and claps it in. Allen's got the lead up to 14 now for the Nets. New York's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Barrett the pass to Payton. Releases from 15. And Barrett the bucket on the assist by Payton. Barrett's got 11. Maybe not the most famous beard in the league, but Joe Harris's beard last year, Greg, drawing some notice in the NBA.
The Lumberjack look belying his feathery touch. Good size and strength, enabling him to play the small forward position when needed.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much. Knicks trail by 12. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Barrett, no good.
Only 20% from the field to start this half. To me, it looks like their opponent may have made some nice adjustments.
Here's Chiozza. It's rebounded by New York. Randall's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Barrett. Here's Gibson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Jared Allen.
Gibson is a handful to deal with inside at times. Good at forcing the defense to foul him.
And Clark, you talk to anyone who has played with Taj Gibson. They love having him as a teammate.
Well, you can see why, too, Kevin. You talk to players that have been teammates of his, and he always puts the team first in everything that he does. He's consistent. He's productive. He's likable. That's valuable to have, and a good player who also happens to be great for your locker room.
First one falls for him.
Taj Gibson provides what I think is really valuable wisdom and experience to his team, and he leads by example.
So for the Knicks, Bobby Portis comes in for Julius Randle, and Ellington is subbed in for Harkless. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for LeVert. Second free throw, no good.
And a one-year player at Texas, Jared Allen came into the league as a bit of a project. He's got ample playing time to develop in Brooklyn.
Now here's Crawford. He has 7. Over Barrett. Takes the 12-footer and hits. And it's 9 points for Crawford.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
Yeah, and you know, that is some shaky and shoddy defensive work. They got to tighten it up.
Barrett with the ball, guarded by Crawford. High, arcing shot, and it's sent back by Allen. Here's Chiozza. The feed to Thomas. A slam dunk by Thomas.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Count it. Peyton's got 10 points. And Greg, safe to say, Allen's defense is ahead of his offense.
Yeah, but his mobility and leaping ability serve him well as a finisher, providing that vertical spacing teams like to have inside.
Boy, that's finishing the defense there. He made a good effort on that possession defensively and then closed it out with the rebound.
That one good for 2. 13 points in the game.
Explosive off the bounce with great body control. Barrett's most effective when going downhill.
Chiozza passes to Crawford. Here's Chiozza. Here's the floater.
A good defender who uses his body well. Gibson is capable of blocking shots.
Peyton kicks to Barrett. That's in, coming off an assist from Peyton. Peyton's got 5 assists in the game. That's leading by 9. Here's Chiozza. Pass to Crawford. The 11-footer. The shot missing. Now the Knicks take it the other way. And this game is done. They'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Brooklyn's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And let's quickly check in on the season's top rookie rebounders so far. Third is R.J. Barrett.
And you know, rebounding was a skill that I thought would translate to the NBA for him. We knew he could board with the best of them, and he has not disappointed.
Yeah, rebounding always transfers and translates to the next level. He's been a bull in the china shop, out-working, out-hustling guys, and he's really got terrific instincts to the basketball.
And he can't get the first one. A different look for New York. Robinson's checked in for Gibson. Reggie Bullock comes in for Barrett. And it's Ntilikina in for Elfrid Payton. Knicks is checked in for the Nets. Temple comes in for Joe Harris. Good on the second free throw. So it's Ntilikina who brings up the ball for the New York Knicks, trailing by 10. He lobs it up, and it's Robinson with the jam.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up.
And that's what those alley-oops will do for a team. Ignition switch ignited.
It's the Nets now. The Knicks making the shot. Here's Ntilikina. Pass to Bullock. Passes it to Ntilikina. From deep. That is good. And the Nets lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Bullock.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Crawford's shot is good.
And you can sense them just starting to squeeze and shrink this lead a little bit.
Yeah, the game has a bit of a different texture than it did just a little bit ago, Greg. Suddenly, that lead is not looking as comfy and cozy as it once did.
Here's Bullock following the score by Jamal Crawford. Just 5 to shoot. Got a piece of it. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession.
And here's a look at the stats for Robinson. Just an incredible month of basketball. First in field goal percentage. 6th in blocks. And don't forget, top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And you're right. He's been the pinnacle of scoring efficiency. Never seems to take a bad shot. That's why he's tops in field goal percentage. That one falls. Here's Chioza. The pass to Temple. Here's Chioza. Crawford outside. It's rebounded by New York. Robinson's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Ntilikina. Floats one. The second effort. That is good. And the Nets lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Robinson.
You've got to be aware of him at all times. He's a bully on the backboard.
Here's Chioza. Pass to Crawford. Robinson with the block. Now here's Ellington, guarded by Crawford. And here is Ellington. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Pass to Bullock. Over Temple. Kept alive. Nets leading by 3. Here's Crawford. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Now here's Ellington. He's guarded closely. Robinson misses.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
No good from Luwawu.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Ntilikina.
Boy, nice control of the floater there by Ntilikina. When the D gives him space to shoot it, he makes it pay.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
the Knicks. Knox, he's checked in for Ellington. And Barrett subbed in for Ntilikina. The Nets with the lead. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Julius Randle's checked in for the Knicks. Here's Bullock. He has 5. Passes to Knox. Over Johnson, and again it's New York.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Here's Temple following the score by New York. Johnson goes in, and just miss after miss right now.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for New York.
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They have been the aggressors.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
And that one falls for Barrett. Karis LeVert's checked in for Allen. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Brooklyn trailing. 1:37 left to play in the third. Now here's LeVert. He's guarded by Bullock, but he gets it back. Shot clock at 6. Second chance shot. And they get it. And LeVert finishes inside. LeVert's got 14 points for the game.
And, you know, we've talked about LeVert's vertical before, guys, and they're using it to be a force on the glass.
The pass to Bullock. Back to Knox. New York needs to get off a shot. Off target with his 3. Brooklyn's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Luwawu-Cabarrot kicks to LeVert. There's 37 seconds left in the third. That shot missing. Barrett with the ball. Johnson on him. Pass to Randle. From down low. Basket counts. He's got 10.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear. It's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
Now LeVert. 14 points for him. From deep. And no good on the last second attempt this time. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Knicks out front, leading by just 2. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his speed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. It's Randle and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Barrett and Knox are the wingmen. And it's Bullock in it. That's the 5 for New York right now. Randall no good. The Nets shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. LeVert the pass to Temple. Back to LeVert. Takes it off the glass. LeVert's got it all tied up now for the Nets.
Well, I love LeVert's demeanor. Even under pressure, this guy stays calm and just does his job.
Now, here's Bullock. D right on him. Outside Robinson. Pass to Barrett. Over Johnson. Baruch grabs the board. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Brooklyn. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. This is checked in for New York. Elfrid Payton comes in for Reggie Bullock. Lance Thomas, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Joe Harris comes in for Garrett Temple. We played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. LeVert the pass to Thomas, and then Thomas with the dunk.
Boy, LeVert's showing you his unselfishness there. I mean, if you're open, he loves getting you the ball.
Hey, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Brooklyn?
The mid-range that you've seen from them about as good as it gets, and there has not been a drop-off in the second half.
Another thing they've done tonight is work the ball into the paint for plenty of those close-range points. You got to have those.
The Knicks making a switch here. Gibson's checked in. Knicks trail by 3. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Payton finds Gibson, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And you know, Taj Gibson is a tough physical forward, and the way he plays often earns him these calls.
And he makes the first. He hits both from the strike. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Johnson outside. Passes it to Karuch. Basket good. And the Nets lead by 3.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Now here's Harkless. Down to 5 on the shot clock. On the pass to Gibson. Over Harris. The offensive rebound. Harris. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line.
And at 6'7", Barrett with terrific positional size, which allows him to create problems for defenders down low.
The first free throw is good. Allen's checked in for Brooklyn. Good on both. Johnson with it. Allen outside. Johnson inside. Covered by Payton. Here's Harris. Lets it fly. Knicks with the rebound. Harkless has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Brooklyn called for the foul.
You know, it takes young guys a little while to figure it out, and after 4 up-and-down seasons with the Lakers, Julius Randle joined New Orleans in 2018, busted out for over 20 points per game with the Pelicans.
That one is off. He hits the second from the line.
They should be in front right now, but he'll be relieved not to have come up totally empty there.
Allen up top. It doesn't go for him. Great D that time from Gibson. Here's Harkless. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the 4th quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Harris outside. He feeds it to Thomas. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Randle. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. For New York, they've gotten off to a rough start in the 4th quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th. Clock at 6. Harkless dishes to Gibson. Bullseye! And the Knicks lead by 2.
This is the confidence Gibson possesses, ready to shoot as soon as the pass hits his hand.
Now here's LeVert. Defense is right there. Poked loose. Barrett with the ball. Picked up by Harris. Puts one up from 19. And there's Randle on the assist by Barrett.
Well, he's just zoned in. I mean, in most cases, taking quality shots very much within the flow of the offense.
Harris outside. He dishes it to Thomas. Feeds it to Johnson. And that one drops for him.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
And the Knicks with possession here. Following the bucket by the Nets. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And Brooklyn called for the foul. At the line for 2. And the first one drops. And Brooklyn making a change here. Chios is checked in. He doesn't get the second one. Nets trail by 3. Pass to Harris for the 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Harris has got the game tied up here for the Nets.
You know, this is where Harris is most dangerous, one of the very best from behind the arc. His eyes light up when he gets these long-distance chances.
Now here's Payton. Handle outside. The feed now to Gibson. Kicks it to Barrett. There's the triple. New York, no good that time either.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Got a piece of it.
This has to energize Barrett. He needs to keep bringing this type of intensity to the defensive end. Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Here's Chiosa. Pass to LeVert to take the lead. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Gibson's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
Defense better watch out. They better be alert because this guy can make threes, as we saw in the first half.
Barrett, no good.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
And here's LeVert. Shot clock at 6. Harris kicks to LeVert. Over Barrett. They get the rebound. Count the basket and the foul. Josh Gibson picks one up.
You know, rebounding is a team thing, and it takes a team's effort. Even guards like Harris need to pitch in on the glass.
One shot.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
You know, he was waived after his second year in the league, guys, but Joe Harris didn't let that stop him. He improved his skills, and he's carving out a nice career for himself.
Offensive rebound, Gibson. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance point. And the Knicks lead by 1. There is just no way to tell who is going to pull this one out.
When you've had this many lead changes, you're looking to see which one of those plays is going to be a momentum swinger.
Boy, the big fella is so skilled. I mean, Jared Allen's jump shot is excellent for a center. Solid mechanics, and it really spaces the floor for him and his teammates.
Now here's Payton. Now the pass to Barrett. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Payton's got his 7th assist here tonight.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
And here's Chiosa. He'll bring it up for the Nets. Passes it to LeVert. Here's Chiosa. Allen, right side. There's the pass to Chiosa. It's taken away by Payton. Lays it in off the breakaway. And now it's a 3-point New York lead.
When Payton's on you, beware. I mean, this guy works hard on the defensive end and pounces on his man to come away with steals a lot of the time.
Now here is Harris. Now LeVert down low. And the basket by Thomas. Thomas got 5 points in the quarter.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Now here's Barrett. LeVert defending. Barrett no good. Here's Chiosa. Pass to Thomas. Now here's LeVert. An easy 2 points on the layup.
You got to D up LeVert better than that, Kevin. I mean, he excels at scoring over the defense.
Now here's Payton. Defense right on him. Here's Randall. A rebound by the Nets. Here's Chiosa. Pass to Harris. Takes the three. It's good from long range. Harris has got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Nets.
Harris has been in these situations before. He's a veteran player and very calm taking the big shot.
There at the pass to Payton. To stop the run. Excellent D there from Allen.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets the shot go uncontested.
Now here's LeVert. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Now it's a 6-point Nets lead.
LeVert, very confident. He's an amazing athlete and can put the ball on the floor and attack on the drive with the best of them.
Pass to Randall. The shot, no good. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
Now here's Harkless. Payton outside. And there's the pass to Randall. Back to Payton. It's good.
That's just leadership on behalf of Payton. Always looking to rise to the occasion and provide the critical bucket.
A minute 20 left in the fourth quarter. Here's LeVert. The 10-footer finds the target. LeVert's got 10 points in just the second half.
You know, this is why they go to LeVert, guys, because he's shown he can come through for his teammates.
Here's Randall. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
For three, Harris. And the Nets, another three.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback? Diminished.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're behind by 9. 52 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Present our Jordan Player of the Game, Karis LeVert.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
There must be something about playing in a hostile environment that drives him. He is really fed off that. 52 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Harkless. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
That's exactly how it should be done. Get the bump, concentrate on the shot, and you'll get the bucket too.
And a new group in for the Knicks. Robinson's checked in for Gibson. Kevin Knox comes in for Randall. Dotson's checked in for Barrett. And it's Dennis Smith in for Payton. And that one misses. And it's Harris with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. Anderson outside. We've got 33 seconds left in the game. And Harris gets it to go on the assist by Anderson.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exit.
They get it again. Three-pointer. Over to the wing. Launches it. It's hauled in by Thomas. Now here is Harris. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Jamal, how did you guys get this win tonight?
We have good players. We have a good coach. I mean, he put us in good positions to succeed. Our players play for each other. We don't care about who scores. And we're a real team.
Yeah, there was a lot of flow out there tonight. Congrats again. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you later.
Research on the price. Used to fly coach when I